Hello to the Board of Education. My name is Linda Pack-Garner, and I will be your presenter as I discuss my research and discovery on high school students and how they are navigating through the online learning in the time of COVID-19. Schools went through a topsy-turvy in early 2020 as a new virus, COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus, quickly crippled the world and our global infrastructure. Maryland was among the first states to close schools in response to the pandemic, but the transition was anything but smooth. Instruction was interrupted for weeks at a time, with daily instruction amounting to less than an hour. Rough beginnings aside, it begs the question, can high school students thrive in a virtual classroom? A survey was created to gauge thoughts on the current virtual environment and how students are responding to it. I limited the scope to high school students as they are more mature and articulate to describe their feelings and to offer any suggestions on how to improve their environment. I was able to solicit 25 responses. There were about 15 questions, 10 of which were answered on a Likert scale, 1 representing strongly disagree and 5 representing strongly agree. These answers were extrapolated into numerical values. From the spreadsheet, we were able to glean just how unpopular virtual instruction was for many. Almost half prefer the traditional classroom model, despite the flexibility that virtual instruction brings. The 16% neutral margin is a pretty big margin and implies that the change didn't affect the student, despite the huge structural shift in instruction. In addition, 16% isn't exactly a resounding win for online. The next set of questions focused on the emotional and mental state of the student during virtual instruction. Heredia Rodriguez reported of an alarming scare among young people being admitted to psychiatric hospitals due to the isolation. But according to our poll, consensus is not overwhelming to substantiate this claim. Most of the students we surveyed seem to not have observed any decrease in social anxieties or depression. With the time flexibility that online offers, most students felt that it did not improve their time management skills, nor their independence or distractions. We've also asked students if the school board can do anything to improve the virtual environment for them. We got even votes for quarterly check-ins and scheduling virtual lunches and social clubs at 32%, followed by 16% who recommend posting motivational announcements, and a whopping 20% suggest doing nothing. When asked for other suggestions to improve virtual instruction, some say instructors actively listening to students' needs. Students suggest that teachers tend to go on autopilot when it comes to lectures. Providing clear instructions and the necessary links to facilitate their learning. Teachers should be more thoughtful of what they assign to students and how these assignments will enlighten them. Some feel that they are just given busy work. Some suggest virtual only brings out the ineffectual teachers and that the good teachers actually thrive in the virtual setting. Coming back to the question, can high school students thrive in a virtual classroom? I'm inclined to think so. 2020 was the first venture into virtual instruction, and it came to that point by force with no time to prepare. It tested our resiliency on behalf of students, teachers, and parents. What has been shown is that it is a work in progress. More prototyping would need to be done, and it needs a lot of work. With all the benefits that online learning seems to bring, not everything can be virtually replaced. During the times of virtual everything, physical peer interaction still remain to be a long-standing fixture. Perhaps if we can find a way to permeate through the empty physical void, students might be more receptive to online learning. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you.